I saw a video a couple of weeks ago, and there's a YouTuber whose name will appear here, and he came up with the idea of using a little voltage regulator, PCB, and one of the star LEDs to make a little light to go on your mobile phone. I like that idea. Here's the one I got. I bought this because I didn't know what it was. It said it was PAR. It's probably some crazy light to do with growing stuff that you shouldn't. I don't know. But anyway, that's the one that I made. I was going to make another one, and I suddenly thought, these are the little voltage regulators that he used. Just a diddy little thing there. And I thought, why not try and make one with one of these 3-watt chips. Now I've got no idea whether it works, so I'm going to try it now. I got a very rubbish USB lead. Can't remember where I bought this from, but it was awful. When I opened it, I realised it was just power. The only thing that was decent about it is that there's got a red and a white, and the red is positive. So that's the only thing that was any good about it. But I'm going to try and make one of these little lights with the 3-volt one and see whether it works. 3-watt one LED, and see whether it works. So I think probably the best thing to do to begin with, I'll put this really close to the charger. In fact, I might even put that on. Find some way to stick that on there. So let's do the voltage in first. So in plus, in minus, so that's there. So I'm going to take these down, and I'll use these wires as well to do to become the wires for the light, for the LED as well. So if I can do this without destroying the plug, there we go. Right, let's put a bit of solder on that. And in plus is down the bottom, so I'll do in plus. In fact, what I might do is try and pop those through the holes directly, give it a bit more of a mechanical connection. So in plus is there, and in minus is that side. Okay, that's reasonably straightforward. Alright, so these are little boost buck converters, I think. I'm not sure how, whether they will cope with driving this, but we shall see. And let's do a similar thing for, I'll just tin these wires as well. Like so. Clip those out a little. Oops. Positive out. And negative out. Blob of solder on both of those. And now I've just got to work out how to mount this, so I think what I'm going to do is mount that little gadget one side, bring these over and mount the LED chip the other side. So I'll have it like there, so to speak. So that needs to be plus, so if I take those out a little and do that the same, about the same size. The other one. Tin those. And then these are marked plus and minus, so plus is already that side, so let's put plus in there. In fact, what I'm going to do, if I can, is bend those down a little bit. Just making sure it doesn't, bend them down a little bit, but making sure they don't short each other out on the bottom of the PCB. Then you can go through there, just making sure again that that's the plus side. It is, in fact, like so. In fact, I don't think I'm going to do it like that. I will tin that side. There we go. And tin the other side. And do it that way. Again, make sure I've got the plus and minus the right way around. Then I'll just pop that onto there and dab that with the iron. That should be all I need. Right, so that's my little assembled unit. Not much to it really, and if I put that in there, it's not going to light up at the moment, but if I twirl that, if I can find my little adjusting tool, here we go. Just got a little jeweler's one I found eventually. Let's just try and turn it down or up. Oh, there you go, look. Two little lights. But whether this will work or not, I don't know. It might be that this just isn't powerful enough to run it. No. Oh well. Well, that answers the question anyway. Can you run a 3-watt LED chip off one of these little regulators? The answer to that is no. So just while I'm here, just to prove that this works, I'm just going to ramp up some voltage just to show you how this little chip lights up. So let's put it on positive there, and negative there, and this is connected now to my bench power supply, and that's showing 4 volts at the moment, so I'm going to turn it up slightly. So when we're at 5 volts, see the 2 little lights light up. I'm just going to turn the get rid of the lighting a little bit. So that's at 5 volts, not a very good video now, and there's 2 of the little chips light up, and then they get brighter and brighter, and then at about 8 volts they all light up, and then I can ramp them up higher to about 9 volts, 10 volts, and that's about as much as I dare. So it looks like these little circuit boards I've got won't push the voltage up too much, so I can't use them to drive 1 watt LED, 3 watt LEDs. Oh well. So I've managed to find the video that I'd based this on. It was a video a bit like my other one by DIY Perks, and he was creating something that was a special light to go into a smartphone, and that's where I got the idea for this. But actually, if I look at the description there, it does say it's a voltage step down board. Let's just go, and it also says it's a 3 watt super bright LED, so maybe this will work somehow with 3 watt. Anyway, let's just go to eBay, and these little step down regulators say I can put 4 to 28 volt in and it will give me 0.8 to 20 volt out, so it should work. Maybe it just can't handle the power. I don't know how many amps is it, I've got no idea, so I don't know why this isn't working. But anyway, I'm just going to I found my starlights. They were in this little box, and they were hiding at the back behind these bits of wire. So I'm going to grab one of those, and I'm just going to finish this little light, because I do like the way that it's set up, the way that I've managed to connect it close to the USB plug. So hopefully I can just push it straight onto there. So we've got plus and minus coming in that side. And again, I think I'll just get a little bit of blue tack or something just to stick that on there as close as I can, and just to hold it in place. If I can find a piece of sticky something, or I might just use the Sugru. This is the other thing to use, which is what covers it and keeps it all together, so I might just have a go at that. Check whether my soldering iron has warmed up. So there was plus, there was minus, so that's the plus one. Oh. My soldering iron's not completely warmed up yet. So there's plus and minus. And I'll pop that on the back. Ouch, a little bit hot. Very, very hot actually. Just got a little bit of sticky double-sided tape just to hold it in there. I don't want to put anything too bulky behind it, because I want it to be able to have space to wrap the Sugru around it. So it's just a case of holding it into place to begin with. So there's positive. And there's negative. because this has got an aluminium back, it's really sinking the heat away. So let's pop that in there, check it works. Way, yes, it definitely does work. So that's what I was planning to have happen. Works really well. So I don't know why it wasn't working with this. I need to find out how many watts this is. It might be more than I thought. So now it's just a case of leaving that little regulator, well, uncovered, and just remove those sticky out leads a little bit so they don't short on anything. And I'll just very quickly wrap that up with this, and I'll fast forward this. But anyway, there's a little USB light. Goes well with these little Poundland things. Maybe £1 for the lead, £1 for that, £1 for the regulator, £1 for the star LED. And that was sort of what I expected to do. And I'll fast forward this to the end now.